What's going on, guys? Yeah. We're gonna go on a ride. What are we riding on today? Ooh. Check it. Just picked this up. The video title's a little bit of a misnomer because it's not really my first ride on it. I actually put close to 100 miles on it already since I picked it up as a early Christmas present to me. Speaking of which, I hope you guys had a really good holidays so far. If you follow me on Facebook or Instagram, you know that I have been trying to get an R3 for the longest time. And I finally got one for a pretty good deal. Used and a little bit abused. The bike itself had almost 1,000 miles. And when the previous owner had it, he actually dropped it on its side when he was registering it at the DMV. So the clutch lever had broken. We just installed this. This is brand new. The left mirror is smashed. There's some fairing breakage there. And the turn signals in the front are removed completely. Not sure how legal that is in Arizona, but it is what it is. CR250 stuff is up there, so still working on that. This is for the seat build project. If you're wondering why I'm out of breath, it's because getting into this thing took me a minute. Also cleaned up the garage somewhat, so things are not in the way. Let's give it a listen. Oh, fancy. Not bad, eh? Okay, so I'm still figuring out camera angle. Let me know if this is good, guys. Kind of want to get some of the helmet. I might have too much of the helmet. Get the bike dashboard and get the street. And getting those three things is a little bit of a chore sometimes. So you're probably wondering, Vic, why do you have a 300cc bike? Well, we're going to be racing with it for the 2017 season, starting either late January or early February. And this will be my first time riding, or not riding, but rather racing a sport bike. So I figured I might as well get something small. I know a lot of people are like, oh, you could jump straight onto a 600, but I've always been a believer in learning on a smaller displacement bike. There's always different philosophies and stuff, and I feel like that could make its own video on what makes a better racer, what will make you a better racer faster. But really, I just wanted to go out and have something that I can sort of vlog on and talk to you guys, and also make it a track bike and have a track build. The R3 had dropped last year, and for a little while I was like, let me go and pick up a 300cc sport bike. That would be perfect to jump straight into. So I saw the R3 and I was like, well, R3 is a lot more expensive than a Ninja 300 or CBR 250. 250 at the time was what I wanted to get. But then the Ninja came out and I was like, oh, I could get the Ninja. And then this came out and I was like, oh, man, I really want this instead. But I'm so happy I got this instead, because it's such an easy bike to ride, and it's got some good mid-range power for its size, 321cc. So it's not like you're gonna be hauling ass anywhere, but you can still go 100 down the highway. And in Arizona, if you're not going 80, you're probably being left behind. Not that I condone speeding or anything, but you know what I mean. We're gonna take this bike, and it is going to be our track and race build. So first off, what's gonna happen to the CR250? Nothing's gonna happen to the CR250. We're still working on it. In fact, you saw the seat and assembly, the foam and everything. So what we're gonna be doing is just waiting for a foam cutter and fiberglass. That's really all that needs, and that's probably going to happen down, I'd say, in a month or so, when money starts flowing back in again. So it's just on hold for a little bit, but not very long, and I want to wrap that up soon, that project, so we can street that bike and then maybe make this a full-time track bike. Not sure yet. We'll see what happens. For the racing season next year, 2017, first off, I really want to thank the support for next year. Woodcraft, Bell Helmets, Pike Powder Coating. Even though they're not supporting me for 2017 directly, they supported me before, so really thank you. Motool and Treatland.tv for all your moped parts and stuff. So got support next year, got the bike. Now it comes down to building. We're gonna go through fairings, ergonomics, tires, and exhaust. So we'll be racing at CVMA under the ultra lightweights. This will be not the Formula, because the Formula class is more of a unlimited, almost unlimited class, except for like stock piston size and a few other things. But this is going to be super sport, basically. So we can change out our tires, we can change the suspension, we can change ergonomics, fairings, and exhaust, and that's about it. So yeah, I'm actually really excited to get this going, because like I said, this is my first time racing on a super sport bike, and I'm taking this on the approach as if you guys have never done it and you guys want to get into racing or do track days or just figure out how to prepare a bike for the track and what it takes to do that. So I'm not pro, so if you guys have suggestions and stuff, I am more than welcome for you guys to give suggestions and advice, especially to guys who are watching, because there's always that one guy who asks me questions and I have to do ton of research for them. So if you guys know what's up, feel free to share it, because that's what Three Knees Down is about. We are an active community of awesome people who know and want to share information. Where are we going? This is kind of boring. I don't want to stay riding in the streets of Arizona, especially in this kind of traffic. Traffic makes me a little nervous always. I don't like riding on the street like this, despite what most people like to do. It's also crazy. I'm in a one piece with my boots and gloves and race helmet and everything, and I feel like I'm the only guy in Arizona who actually suits up. I've seen some dudes ride around in nothing but flip-flops and a t-shirt and shorts, and I'm just like, oh my god, man. How the hell do you ride like that? At least wear a helmet. Or don't. Don't take the gene pool anymore. As far as the bike goes, I think for its size, engine size and like actual bike size. Like it feels like a larger bike than it is. So it's actually nice to sit on. I don't feel cramped and small. Don't feel like I'm gonna like get run over by anybody by any means. Don't feel outclassed by other larger bikes either. So that's always a plus. So we're doing 90 miles an hour. It's probably going to be a little hard to hear me because of the wind. Hopefully the camera hasn't like peeled back. But the bike's not uncomfortable. The suspension is like so nice. It feels solid and planted. Steering wise, I would say this bike, I've ridden mostly small bikes most of my life. So steering wise, this is a lot harder to turn in. If you're jumping from a 600 or a liter bike onto this bike, you're gonna feel like this is very easy to turn in. I know that for sure. But I don't think I'll even put a steering damper on it because it's, I don't know, just I feel like there's a lot more dampening already just from the bike being big. I think my only real complaint is the seat. Now when you're like pushed all the way back on the seat, it kind of feels like you're sitting on the toilet, like you're taking a real aggressive shit. Because the handlebars are not aggressive at all, so you're like leaned back anyway on your upper body. So it's just kind of funny posture coming off of this bike. So I don't know how I feel about that. Hopefully the fairings will change the way that that feels. It's very wide in the back, and so when you're like standing, you kind of have to like push yourself forward. Feels funny. I rode dubs with it last week, and it wasn't awful. Definitely was a capable bike for riding doubles. Speaking of which, it looks like there's a Ninja 250 up there with dubs. Flip shift. And then coast to stop, triggering everyone. Let's go to the parking lot and see if we could drag me. Hopefully the parking lot is open and or we will not get kicked out from the parking lot. Now for the CRG lever, this is actually a shorty lever, and even though it's short, like I still almost put all of my hand on it. It's not very short to me. I was figuring I could barely fit two, maybe one finger, maybe three, I mean, fingers on it, but no, it's kind of like almost 4 fingers for me. The lever itself is pretty nice. I would have preferred, forget the other one that I was looking at, but it was a click style. Like you turn the little knob and it adjusts the distance of the lever for you. That would have been better, but this one's okay. It's got like these little flippy knobby thingies. You kind of adjust it that way. I have it set on the shortest distance from the handlebar to my hand, so it's not very far. I have baby fingers. Oh man, parking lot's pretty full. I wonder if they're doing Little horse races today. Go right here. Hopefully we won't get kicked out. Shall we try to give this a wheelie? There we go. It's a pretty lame one though, only like a few inches off the ground. A little better. It's a video I saw online. Some guy going in a figure 8. I'm just saying he's going maybe 15 miles an hour in second gear, maybe 20. He's dragging knee in stock tires. So I don't know if we'll be able to do that with this. I'm not super comfortable on this bike yet, but sure, fuck it, why not? There we go. Knees on the ground. Let's get away from this gravel. Let's do right side now. There we go. How far down can we go? Oh, losing speed. If you're trying to drag your knee, let's see, which battery we left? Okay. What you can do, when you're trying to learn to drag your knee, is find a rock or a cone or something, and put this in a center point. We're going to put this away from all these cars, so I don't want to get yelled at. And go to a spot that doesn't have many cracks in it. This road seems a little bunged up. Take your time, maybe clear it out or something. And we'll put that right there. Or remove this rock here. Okay. So now what you're going to do is you're going to practice a cone drill. So you're going to look at that rock and you're going to go around that rock. Actually, we'll do this from the right side so we can see it better. Go into second or third gear, depending on what kind of bike you're practicing with. And we're going to stare at that rock, get ourselves into proper position, and just keep going into a circle. Try and maintain constant speed as you're going around the rock. And eventually, if you're doing it correctly, you're staring at the rock, you're in proper riding position. Don't jerk the throttle either. But eventually you will get down on your knee and touch the floor. I get nauseous easily doing this, so I would say go around maybe 4 or 5 times and then come back and then go at it again. Remember to keep low too as you're going down. There we go. Don't know if you can hear scraping. Now when you're going down and you're scraping like this, go just a little faster and lean the bike down just a little more. Very slowly. Take your time doing this so you don't crash and fall over. Because remember, we're only going like 15 miles an hour. So this is not a hard fall. This is not a hard crash on your bike. The bike will probably barely even slide. And you want to maintain this so that way you get comfortable in knowing what speed you can get on the bike and lean it. And basically, you're practicing keeping the bike up with your knee on the ground. Like your knee is supporting the bike going up. You practice load speed maneuvering, better posture on supporting the bike at low speeds or at any speed. And when you're doing this faster and faster and faster, you want to make a wider circle. You don't want to be trying to do this really fast on a super tight circle, because this circle is maybe 10 feet around. Anyways, that's it, guys. I hope you're excited for the R3 race build, and really I'm looking forward to hearing what you guys think, your feedback. Send some comments. I'd really like to know, as I'm dragging my knee around this corner and dodging that big ass rock. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys next time.